We are live. Hello. And we are, I suddenly feel like I'm very loud in here. We are in Alchemy Brewing in downtown Kamloops with Lou Bowers. You're a social media marketing expert person, and you are involved in these, we're here to talk about specifically the Networking at Night program.
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about what that is, because I think like part of the reason we're here is because this is where it takes place.
Yes, absolutely. So Networking at Night was born because there were people who couldn't make it out to the several networking meetings that Kamloops has during the mornings, whether they are, have 9-to-5 jobs and have side hustles that they want more visibility on or something like that. They just weren't able to make it to those earlier meetings, and I thought, hey, I can fill that gap. There's, I can make that happen, and so Networking at Night came to be.
Awesome. I wasn't even aware of these sort of morning, because I'm not a morning person, but these sort of morning networking events as being a regular thing, but it's I think must be nice to have that kind of more evening-oriented focus for people who maybe aren't morning people, or as you said, like they've got things going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a different, if you picture the people you would have breakfast with as opposed to the people you would be having pizza and beer with, it's a bit of a different dynamic, but both are just, they're a lot of fun, and they definitely create those business relationships that you want in your network.
So then, can you speak to sort of what an average Networking at Night event might be like?
Yeah, absolutely. So Networking at Night, it's usually the first Thursday of the month. This time it is the second Thursday in June, so June 13th. You come in, it's at 6:30, you hang out. I will call everyone to attention and be like, hey, let's do a round table, and what that consists of is essentially a 1 to 2 minute elevator pitch about what you do. And maybe if you've been here for a bit, you want to change it up, you're going to give us some kind of news about your industry, that sort of thing. And then we essentially just kind of table hop and mingle and get to know people, because I really think that creating those tight business relationships doesn't come from staying in your seat and, having a really formal agenda. It comes from those conversations and having just kind of the spontaneous things happen.
Sure.
Do you ever have like a more focused theme for a networking event, like film industry or construction, or industries that have many different job positions, and it's a large industry? There could be so many people that have. I'm just wondering, is there ever more, more focused theme?
We haven't yet. The first meeting we actually had a lot of life coaches here. Like, every other person was like, I'm a life coach. But it's really cool because every life coach has their own thing, right? Their own kind of niche that they can offer and share. But we haven't. This is only the fourth one coming up. So.
Okay, you're brand new.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we haven't really done anything very themed. It's still in like building mode and getting people out.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool. I'm excited to see like where this will go in a couple of years from now.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Right. Do you have goals for the next year or so?
For Networking Night, I really want to just have it grow and have people be really comfortable coming out and meeting new people. And I also, part of my vision is to have people growing confidence in showing up for their businesses.
Right.
So that, a lot of times we have our business and we kind of hide it. We don't want to share it with our friends and family. We don't want to come off salesy.
Depends what business you're running.
Well, I mean...
Is it shady?
Is it shady? If it's out of the trunk of your car, maybe you don't keep that a secret so much. Or you do, you just keep it a secret from the authorities. But just really having that confidence to get your business out there and to be seen and not not feel like you have to hide it or like business is a dirty word or something
No,
like that.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Unless it's a dirty business. Then
Right, like plumbing.
Yeah.
right. Literally. That's what I meant.
Yes, yes.
Told you there was some
Did I
awkward
stun?
silences. Yeah, no, I had something and it's escaped me. So when you talk about like businesses, now does this have to be like at what point in someone's business development would it be appropriate? Like if they've just started their business yesterday and they're trying to find people that might want to, interact with them or whatever. Like, is that still, or you're looking for people who are maybe more well established, or what degree of like business competence should someone have before they come to this?
Absolutely. I love a really fresh beginner, actually. Like somebody who's like, I want to have a business and I have 3 different ideas, and can I run it past this group of established business owners? Absolutely. Come on out. It's magic, really.
Wow.
Because a lot of people have ideas, but it's like, it's so scary to just make that idea a reality. And sometimes you need a person or two to be like, no, that's a horrible idea. Or yes, that's a really viable business plan. Like, I think it's good to have just a bunch of strangers. I think it's good to get advice from strangers.
So maybe soften it more than just that's a terrible idea.
Right.
But, maybe not the best approach.
But sometimes, I think sometimes your family or your close friends they might.
Well, your family or
Pick
your
on you a
close
little
friends
more.
for sure, but like don't come to networking at night and have someone say that's a terrible idea.
No.
I think that would be-
I know that. No.
I
People
mean, you're
won't do
welcome to do what you want to do, but
Pretty sweet.
that. But I think it's a great place to dump ideas.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And not only that, I will probably have some resources that you haven't even thought of, like, or ideas or other places you can connect with business owners and potential clients that I can invite you to and that sort of thing. So it's a really great place to not only expand your network and people who know what you're doing, but to also plug into various resources and ways to build that business.
now what about people who are like maybe have challenges with mingling or networking or being social in general? Is there, tips for how to get over that, or what are your suggestions for someone like that?
I don't have those issues, so I'm kind of a little bit hesitant to give that kind of advice, but I can tell you my house cleaner does have those issues and has come out and, so bring a friend. Like really, if you are feeling a little bit angsty about coming out, bring a friend with you, bring an emotional support human with you, and that works. And actually my nail lady as well came to her first meeting and was a little bit timid because English is not her first language, and ended up with 3 or 4 of us being like, yes, here are my hands, do my nails. So but she brought a couple of friends with her who ended up, who are business owners in town as well. But yeah, bring people with you who you feel comfortable with, and really just, you kind of got to step out of your comfort zone every once in a while too, right? So,
It's a good thing to feel that fear and just do it and force yourself to get out. I am like that type of person that struggled to like.
Me too.
Even though I thought I was an extrovert, I do get like, it depends on the type of event it is, and if it wasn't just a general networking event, I think I might be a little intimidated. But if it was more focused on something that I know, like film, then I would feel more in my element. But yeah,
If you could do a couple of shots while you're networking.
or that.
that's
But
beer
don't.
helps.
Exactly.
Helps, yeah. And usually Thursday nights are pizza and beer night here, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like a pizza and 2 beers for $25 or something.
That's a good deal.
Bring a friend that you would be
Have a
okay
pizza
with
with.
them sharing your pizza. Yeah.
And so would the friend then also have to be participating, or would they like just sort of lurk nearby as that emotional support person, or?
They could dress in all black and be the shadow.
They could, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably stranger things have happened. I don't know, but I'm really not here to tell people how to
No, fair enough.
how to have their emotional support people.
I think the atmosphere itself, it's not scary. It's pretty inviting and cool. And there's games here. There's
Pinball.
pinball. Yeah, it's a fun atmosphere. I don't think it'd be so scary.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Get over yourself.
You have this lady with the blue hair who's gonna help you out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty fun.
What made you think of this idea to start this business?
Like networking at night.
Yes.
Really, I mean, my whole message in my own business is show up for your business, show up as the face of your business, and so having a way for people to actually do that is why this is all happening.
Very cool. Did you have any other businesses before this?
For this, well, I am a social media manager
Okay.
now. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a social media marketer, as well as I just help people get more visible in their business, whether that's collaborating with other businesses, coming out to events, lots of different ways that we can get eyeballs on people's businesses.
So how long have you been doing the social media marketing, and what prompted that as a career decision?
Well, I started in 2020. Lots of people, pivoted things in 2020. So yeah, I actually used to be a parenting coach, and
Oh, wow.
I totally geek out on brain development and how to soothe tantrums. I had some life situations happen and had to figure out how to make that into a career that made a little more money and supported me better. So I reevaluated my skills, and marketing is something else that you want to soothe people's brains, you want to make them feel really comfortable in a situation, and it's a really creative way to make money. So that's why.
Did you have any prior experience in marketing or social media?
Not so much for other people. I definitely marketed myself. I was also a goat farmer way back when. So my
Speak to how that informs your work at networking at night.
I know how to milk a goat, and that's how that works. I don't know, but I did have farm products that I was marketing to the world
Right.
as well, right? So I marketed myself a fair amount before I started to market other people, and if you talk to my dad, he will tell you that my most amazing skill is telling a story. So
Is what? Sorry?
telling a story.
Oh.
So yeah, that's my innate talent, is storytelling, and having that come out in people's marketing is great. It works. So
Excellent. Do you have a question now? I'm dry for a second.
No, I didn't. I don't. No, I don't.
Well, just take a drink, everybody.
So,
At home, take a drink every time we run out of a question.
yeah.
So this is always held at Alchemy Brewing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, why did you pick this place?
One of my friends owns Alchemy Brewing, so I
Bingo.
essentially had, when I had the thought of, hey, I could have a networking event at night and capture the people. Capture the people.
I'm not letting
But
us
really,
escape.
serve the people who aren't able to make it to the breakfast meetings, right? She was just the first person I called up and was like, hey, could I do this at the pub? And she was like, absolutely. So,
Well, you're helping their business too.
yeah.
You're
yeah,
helping
for
a lot
sure.
of people.
Thanks.
You're kind of an angel. Aw. Todd, your turn.
Okay. Do you guys like take over the whole place? Are you like tucked away in a back corner? What does it look like here?
Usually we're at the picnic tables back there. Our first meeting was in the corner just over yonder. And it was okay, but it didn't work well for like getting up and talking to people and really mingling. So yeah, like picnic tables back there, you can pop in and out of your seat and swap seats with people, and it's not a big hindrance. So it works well.
What has been sort of the average attendance so far, and what would you say is currently the goal for attendance, like a max number that you'd like to reach?
Good question.
Sure. The first meeting was about 18 people, and that was
That's
a
not bad.
serious amount.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been about 12 people. So 20 in other groups has been a really good number to. It gives you time to, it's not too many to listen to their elevator pitch and then have time afterwards to really, jump into conversation and get to know people. Or if somebody gives their elevator pitch and you're like, ooh, I could see how we could work together, and you really want to talk with them, right? That gives you enough time to do that and still swap cards and really maintain the intention of the gathering.
Right. And so now you mentioned cards. Now I feel like, there's a list of things that you should bring with you,
Yeah.
including cards. So what would you say that you should bring to
Your
something
wallet.
like this? Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, totally encourage you to support Alchemy. Purchase the beer, purchase the pizza, purchase their amazing poutine. And yeah, bring cards, if there's an event that you have happening, bring your postcards or flyers or that sort of thing. Bring any promotional material that you have. We've had a cruise travel agent come in, and she had her brochures. We've had, just lots, and people have lots of fun cards too. And if you have a QR code on your card, that's really helpful as well.
I'm just thinking of that scene from American Psycho where everyone's like
Oh, sure.
mad at
Comparing their business cards, yeah.
Do people ever get upset because someone else's business card is better than the other?
Yeah, me, because I really care. I want people to like my business cards, which I have none of them on me right now. So.
I was going to ask to see it.
Sorry. I should have brought that.
You're basing it in the redesign because you've seen everybody else and you're like, I got to do better.
Right? No, I'm not. But somebody had a business card that had a QR code on the back, and someone else was just like, wow, look at that. You have this QR code. I've got a QR code. Does anyone want to see my QR code?
Isn't mine cool?
Yeah, hello. It has my face on it, too.
It's just you singing. La la la. Yeah, I don't even think about business cards anymore because I don't have a business anymore. Oh.
But we couldn't hand out cards about,
Oh yeah.
this, yeah.
Yeah. I'm out of questions.
No.
Darn
You know
it.
what? Here, maybe I have my business card.
Oh,
Since
I don't want to get in a fight. Yours is probably really nice.
it's okay.
Is it double
It's okay.
laminated?
It's not. It's
Is it
only
made
like
of
one
leather?
side laminated. And it's a little bit bent.
Blah, blah, blah media.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Not actually a business. but-
Okay, Todd. So, pretend we're networking.
Okay.
Oh, cool. What's this? This
My
is your
business
business.
card.
Very nice. What's your name?
My name's Todd Sullivan. It's on the card.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What is
It
your
says,
name?
I'm asking you questions right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it says blah,
This is
blah,
awfully confrontational.
blah, blah, blah,
Is it
media.
really like this?
I'm just trying to see what it's like at a networking event.
Okay.
Let me play.
Okay.
So you're a producer, it says on your card.
That is true.
That's neat.
It is neat.
Tell me more.
Okay. I produce things like podcasts and sometimes short films.
Very
and
nice.
Also, I'm involved in live streaming in cooperation with TELUS STORYHIVE.
That's so cool. I do the same thing.
Do you?
Yes, and I have produced some stuff as well.
Really?
Yes.
Like what?
It's irrelevant, but I'm
Okay.
just saying that we have things in common. So
Maybe we should,
what?
I don't know, work on something.
Right.
Right.
I like scary movies.
I like scary movies too. Let's make a scary movie
Okay.
about podcasts.
All right.
Okay.
My
Wow.
name-
Just like
yeah.
that.
That's how
See
it's done?
easy peasy networking can be.
That was amazing.
Yes.
That was amazing. Thank you.
I lied. I don't do any of that stuff.
Well,
Oh no, I
I'm a phony. So at the very least, you can make friends.
absolutely.
If your business fails, you could have made some friends along the way.
And you hope that maybe those friends will tell their friends about you who, you know, like, yeah. It's definitely a ripple effect when you network, because we're not just talking to each other.
Right.
You are going to go and, you know, talk to your friend the next day
Right.
at coffee, and they're going to be like, what'd you do last night? And be like, I met the fabulous Lou Bowers, and...
I love how humble you are.
That's something that I actually... when I write for my clients, I will put, like, just interject... oh my gosh, describing words are called adjectives.
Yeah.
And I will interject adjectives like that, and one or two have come back to me like, you need to take that out. And I'm like, no, but you are fabulous, and it's okay to say that you are fabulous, and, you know, but I will, if they insist, I will take it out.
Yeah,
but,
it's good to sweeten the pot.
I think that's one of the trickier things about like marketing yourself is finding permission to use those sorts of complimentary words about yourself.
Yes, yeah, and I think there's a lot of like opportunity for personal growth in marketing, like so much personal growth in business and marketing, and just building that confidence in yourself.
You know what? Okay, this is just my brain. I work for myself. I work under the table sometimes, house cleaning, and I've had my own businesses here and there. Nothing crazy successful. I've learned how to value myself when I started working for myself. I started to learn about my worth, not just like my hourly wage, but it helped me grow in a personal way, and it helped me like love myself, and like, no, I'm not working for $25 an hour, like, no, like, how dare you want me to work for that? And I just stood up for myself, and I put my foot down, and then that kind of carried through my personal life, and yeah, so that was I'm just relating to that.
I have a sort of a line when people ask me for a discount, and I'm like, look, nobody I've ever given a discount to has been a stellar client, and I don't want to put that on you.
That is the best answer I've ever heard.
Those people never hire me, and that's okay. But
you don't need them.
You don't. I'm just like, nobody I've ever given a discount to had, like, the people that I've given discounts to have turned out to be high maintenance and
Yes.
really, really just not happy with my work.
Yeah.
And
They'll
people
all
who pay me full price and don't blink an eye are the best people, and they trust me and they trust my work, and that's how it just rolls so much more smoothly.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it a pretty easy decision to make as far as like rejecting those people asking for discounts.
Yeah, and it helps you too when like maybe business is a little more slow and you're just like chomping at the bit to find any client, right? To be like, oh no, this has not ever worked out in the past. Like, learn from past Lou and
Yeah.
forward future Lou kind of deal.
I went to school to become a makeup artist over 10 years ago. And in Vancouver, there's a few film schools. And every couple months, there's a new class graduating. So it's like an oversaturation of makeup artists. And to become a makeup artist, you need to accumulate like enough photos to make a portfolio. Well, usually you get sucked into it's called TFP, trade for photo. So it's volunteer work, but you're getting photos. You're getting photos of your work for free. And then you get sucked into this cycle of, hire her, she'll work for nothing. And then when you finally, it was so hard to get out of that volunteer. Like I never wanted to work for free, but I just couldn't. Like everyone was just like, oh well, screw you, I'm gonna hire this student then. And it was tough. I don't know where I was going with that, but just wanted to share that part.
If you're like me, where like I don't know why I can't stick eyelashes on myself, but every time I try, I'm like,
it's crooked, it's falling off. What? Oh my God, it's in my eye. Like, and so
It's fine.
I do depend on makeup
Abstract.
artists, but yeah, I don't know where that's going either. So there you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
I could glue
Yeah.
eyelashes on you. It's easy.
Do you think there was a certain amount of, during the COVID times where there was less interaction, do you think people kind of eroded their ability to network because maybe they weren't doing it as much? Have you found anything like that?
I mean, I think in the beginning, a lot of us tried, like, I have been part of a women's networking group in town since 2018-ish. And we tried doing, like, Zoom meetings and, like, that sort of thing. And then people just got so sick of Zoom that, we did kind of, cocoon and be like, I'm good, thanks. Like, I just can't show up to another Zoom meeting where everyone's talking or nobody's talking and you're just staring at each other. And
Somebody's going, you're muted.
Yes. And then,
Or you're not muted. Oh my God. Shh.
or you forget you're not wearing pants and you stand up to pull the curtains closed and it's, yeah.
Have you ever had a networking event where people were kind of not speaking? I have a feeling you're good at breaking the ice, but
Yeah, well, probably my first one was a little more like I was practicing jokes on my partner and he was like, maybe not. And so but yeah, maybe the first one, but it did pick up and I definitely found like I was hopping from one end of the table to the other, kind of like checking on people and making
tickling
sure
them.
Yeah. Right? But yeah, no, it's mostly been decent. The struggle has been like there's the people who don't project their voice and then we're all like, what was that? And but yeah, it's now I've gotten better at least at being like, oh, we need you louder, like, or something. So
just get a sign.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
because really you're here so we know what you do, so shut it out.
Right.
Yeah, you're not helping anyone if you're not speaking up.
Yeah, don't be a mouse, be a lion.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Crap. I'm thinking of lions now. Darn it. So since you've started, you said you've had about 4 events so far?
Yeah, this will be our 4th.
Oh, okay. So have you had reoccurring people? Or,
Yes. Me, of course. I'm here for all of them.
you should be.
But
People keep coming back.
yes,
Nice.
yeah. We have. Can I say people's names? Is that fine? Or-
It
I think it's
depends.
fine as long as they'd be okay with being named.
You know the people. So.
Yeah. So Susie Beppel with Butterfly Apparel is here. She's been to every single one. She sells like the most comfortable leggings and stuff like that. And who else has been to a couple of them? That's the only one that comes to mind right now. But I know there's been other people who have been to
You're gonna wake up at 2 a.m. and be like,
that one, and I'm gonna have to text them and be like, I'm so sorry, I forgot, I blanked.
Yeah.
There was microphones in my face, but yeah.
no pressure. Yeah. We do. I'm a local here. Like I grew up here and blah blah blah. And I have noticed that there's tons of new businesses lately. So I wonder if, like, maybe they should come out. Maybe I should bug some people, tell them to come over.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
And tell
yeah.
them to come more than once, because really that's how you gain trust in the business community, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're like, oh, good to meet you, and then that person fades from memory, they're no longer top of mind. So
Well, and I feel like to an extent too, at four events, it's not really been enough time for you to have that kind of consistent group, right?
Yeah,
Like it's people come in, maybe they do it again, but more there'll also be people who are like, yeah, this isn't for me. I think it's going to take maybe some time before you get that core group of people who are going to stick it out. And,
yeah, absolutely.
It's like going to therapy. It's like, the first time didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just you have to keep going. That's the whole point.
Just asking me questions about myself. What's with that? Like, why don't they spill their stuff?
Yeah, it's just one-sided. What the hell?
Yes. Yeah, and definitely because it is like, it's a group that I just it's an event I put together from scratch, whereas other groups that I belong to were well established or they've been around for a long time, and so they do have their core group of people in them. So yeah, I am hoping that we establish that core group that meets together and really can develop that kind of intimacy where you can bounce your crazy ideas off of each other, and somebody will actually be like, nah, that's terrible, or like have a lot of confidence when you refer to those people, right? So that they are trustworthy and they are going to do the work they say they're going to do, and those things.
Yeah. So maybe further to that, what would you like to see as a potential, either, I don't want to say end goal necessarily, but like what would be your, in your mind, sort of the ultimate version of this networking at night? What would you like to see it become?
I would love for it to be, a place where we can be a little bit vulnerable and we can practice our new elevator pitch on everyone and invite new business owners that we meet and feel really good about the community that's established within the bigger business community of Kamloops.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Very fantastic.
Yeah.
You haven't touched your apple juice.
I'm trying to.
I know. Well, I'll ask Todd a question. Todd?
Sure.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
How are you doing,
All right.
Kelsey? I don't know your name. You didn't introduce yourself
I'm
earlier when we were...
Kelsey.
Hello, Kelsey. It's nice to finally get to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me.
All right, then. What are we talking about now? Is there any other, maybe not networking, but like any other business-related projects you have on the go? Things that you, ideas for things? Anything you want to talk about in that regard?
Well, I just wrapped up marketing for the Kamloops Wine and Beverage Festival, which was so great and so much fun, and I hope we get to do it again next year. Judy. And so, now I am working on a couple of things. I do have space to bring on another client, and I also want to help the DIY marketer who maybe it's not in their budget to hire me to do the done for you services, or maybe social media is still their baby, but they need a little bit of advice or ideas or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking into whether it's like coaching or some kind of online course or just trying to finesse my ideas on that, and hopefully no one tells me they're terrible.
Yeah, I could definitely see some sort of training or workshop about that being really valuable for people, because I think, especially now, the social media landscape it changes so rapidly. It can be really hard to people could still be marketing on. I don't know how you feel about it, the Twitter, but people might still be marketing on Twitter when it's kind of devolved
X,
into a cesspool of gross. And just my opinion, not the opinion of TELUS or its affiliates, but it's so hard to keep up with.
It definitely is, and I have my core. Instagram is my joy, which kind of spills over into TikTok with Reels and TikToks and that sort of thing.
That's how you advertise? Is TikTok and Instagram, and is that how you
and Facebook,
market?
And then my next platform to really deep dive into and learn well is LinkedIn. So,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was still a thing.
I get up messages from LinkedIn about these people that you follow have made updates, and I look at it and go, I don't care about any of those updates, and then I delete the email. I would love to properly understand how to utilize LinkedIn, because it just seems like
For
I don't
me
even know
personally, Facebook was such a great. I used to have a photography studio. I did have some self-employment back in my day, and but yeah, my studio business, I really relied on Facebook to spread the word, and it really actually, it was amazing. I would never need a website. I just created a Facebook page, and all of my friends, like, it was just kind of spreads like a virus on Facebook, right? Someone shares it and someone else sees it and someone shares that, and it was a really great, Facebook worked for me.
Perfect. There's Instagram works really well for some people.
Yes.
Facebook works really well for some people, and it really just depends where you're hanging out a lot and where your audience is hanging out a lot.
Yes, and your demographic.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you explain what an elevator pitch is?
Yeah, absolutely. I can give you an example if you want.
Sure.
I'll give you my example. Hi, my name is Lou Bowers. I'm a visibility expert. I help you get eyeballs on your business because nobody can buy from the best kept secret. If you are looking to grow your Instagram account right now, what you might want to look at is engagement. Who are you commenting, sharing, liking, and are you creating some curiosity around that, or are you just putting a heart emoji face out there and hoping someone's going to track back to your profile? So leave really thoughtful comments, like people's things, and watch them come to you.
And the whole point is to say that by the time the person leaves the elevator, right?
Yeah, so 1 to 2 minutes.
Right,
Yeah.
so a few floors.
Yeah.
Say you're on the top floor of a hotel, and then, here's my floor, and that's when you finish your elevator pitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a failure if you have to follow them out the elevator and down the street.
I'm not done!
I'm Lou Bowers, just in case. Just hello.
Yelling at them as they're driving away in their car.
Oh shoot, they're on the plane, darn it. So I had one. Well, okay. So my journey to self-employment was I just couldn't fit in anywhere else in the job market. Like, I just
I hear ya.
sucked at job interviews, making resumes, and I'm just an artist at heart. And so I remember the saying, if you build it, they will come. And so I created a studio space in my basement, and I collected all these costumes and props, and I would just do my own set design, and then with my makeup artist skills, that was what I had to offer. And then so I would market to my demographic were photographers and models. So that's how anyway, before I got to that point, there was this government program. It was called the self-employment program, and I had no idea who I was, what I wanted to do, but they did this. Have you heard of the Myers-Briggs test? So
ENFP.
Yeah. So you learn about your personality type, and it was such a really it was an eye-opening experience, and then I learned, what am I suitable for? I remember bus driver was on there. I don't want to be, but it said makeup artist. And I was like, oh, actually, yeah. And then, that was just kind of the start of it. And I forgot why I was. Why did I start my story?
I do like to remind people when they bring up the whole, if you build it, they will come, that specifically they were referring to dead baseball players.
What?
Really?
We need to learn more about this.
It's a quote from Field of Dreams starring Kevin Costner.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I remember. At the self-employment program, that's where I learned about the elevator pitch.
There we go.
Yes. And I remember being so nervous. Yeah. But anyway, mine was, I have a one-stop photography shop, a one-stop themed photography shop never mind, I forgot it.
Come on,
I
we've
forgot
made it this far. You can do it.
No, I actually forgot it. One-stop shop, one-stop themed photography shop. Yeah. Darn it, man! Sorry.
Back to you wanting to be a bus driver.
I don't.
No, sorry. Back to you not wanting to be a bus driver, but it being suitable for you. Yes.
I was at a networking brunch once, and there was a question that was like, what did you want to be when you grow up? And I did want to be a bus driver.
Really?
But not because I wanted to drive a bus. Because when I was a little kid, I thought my bus driver was blind because he wore sunglasses and had a cane. And I wanted to save all of the fellow children on the bus from my blind bus driver. And I told this story at a networking brunch, and people thought it was hilarious, and it was very endearing. So, moral of the story: don't be afraid to tell ridiculous stories about yourself.
Ah.
And I think,
it makes
like-
you more relatable, or really twisted and weird. I don't know.
But I think that's incredibly selfless of childhood you to be like, I don't actually want to do this job.
I also didn't want to die. Let's be honest.
But I will sacrifice my career goals in order to save some children. Like, I think that's really beautiful.
I feel like it was like 6-year-old me who thought 6-year-old me was going to do it, though. It wasn't going to be like, I'm going to wait till I'm an adult. I'm just going to take it on like a spy kid and do this now.
Right. That's an even better image that you like go out and like knock over the bald guy or the blind guy and steal the bus. What a news story that would have been.
Oh, man. Yeah. 6-year-old steals bus from blind bus driver.
That would be in Florida.
Probably.
Florida man, yeah, exactly.
20 more minutes.
Is it? Oh my lord. More than halfway through though, so you know that's something.
Okay.
You got this, Lou. We don't have it, but you got it.
Share some jokes with us. No, kidding.
My 7-year-old's a comedian.
What's his favorite joke?
Oh, he has a really great pirate joke. I can't do it right, but yeah. My favorite joke that he's told me though. So this person goes to the doctor and they've got broccoli up their nose and a carrot in their ear and some blueberries in their belly button, and they say to the doctor, I just don't feel right, doctor. And the doctor takes one look at them and says, well, of course, you're not eating properly. So, that's...
I like it.
Right. It's kind of like having a drinking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I'm getting ideas, and this is not my place. This isn't my place. This is your thing. But I'm getting ideas for networking events. And I think I worded it
No, you
weird.
have competition.
I worded it
Just
weird.
share your ideas with me, and I can see if I want to bring them to fruition. I mean, we can.
Nope, the feud begins
we can
here.
Collaborate. I'm okay with that.
I just thought a more. So I said themed before, but I meant like industry based.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, brain. You're working finally. But like industry based. So, yeah. Renovation, construction. Those people need to connect with each other. Like, hey, I need a drywall guy, or I need a taper, or I need a, and that it'd be if a drywall guy was with a bunch of artists, or
Yeah, not as appropriate.
It's just,
As artists, though, we really need the drywall guy.
I mean, true.
Yeah.
I don't mean to. I have nothing against people who do drywall. I'm just saying there's certain industries that that they're looking for specifics.
Yes, absolutely. And I think where the value comes in having a variety of industries is, again, I'm not going to wire a plug in my house ever, probably.
Right.
I need an electrician to
Yeah.
come over. I'm not really a DIY kind of girl. But I can then tell the story of how Scott from Infinity Electric came over to my house and said, oh, while I'm at it, let me check the panel. Oh, this isn't good. And then gave me a really good deal on such and such a
Right.
thing. And it was just a fabulous experience, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that a certain magic happens when no one has anything in common.
That is true. And then as well, I've been to fundraisers where it's like people all in the same industry, and it can get a little side eye, right? Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
So forget what I said then.
yeah. It's. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, what a terrible
I do-
idea.
I do know a mortgage broker in town who is looking to put together a group of the coolest mortgage brokers in Kamloops so that they can bounce ideas off each other or share those industry things that, this one might not know, or
Right.
you can call someone up and be like, have you heard of this thing that this person is trying to tell me is available right now?
Well,
is it
yeah.
doable, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's really pros and cons both ways.
Right. Yeah.
I think, for a lot of people, it seems like, especially if they're in the industry for a while, then they already have those connections that they need. It's more for, I think what you're indicating is maybe people who are just fresh to an industry who don't have the experience to have made those connections, and that's where it's potentially valuable, and I could definitely see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I had another thought, but it's gone now. All right, well, it'll come back.
Or well.
Yeah, weird. My thought went away too. Oh my god, it really went.
Big sigh.
I think as well. Yes, here we go. Back to like industry networking within your industry. It can also get when you have an opinion that isn't necessarily, what is that called? It's an unpopular opinion, we'll call it. Might just throw out there that hashtags are kind of dead, and the rest of the room might go, and maybe I'm doomed after that. But
Are hashtags
dead.
really dead? Are they dead?
Hashtag. Hashtags are dead.
Are they really dead? They are valuable in putting you into sort of like right categories, but as far as people following hashtags who aren't social media managers looking for specific things, nobody really does that. So keywords are a big deal now, and
One stop.
Yeah.
photography.
I've always just used hashtags really kind of performatively so that people can be, oh, look at how witty he was with his chosen hashtag.
yeah, 2013 me when those Facebook memories come up, I'm like, hashtag wish I was in Maui right now sipping a pina colada, right?
I know, people went insane over hashtags.
The number of times I went hashtag and hashtag hash browns is just embarrassing.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 don't recommend that.
Maybe the pound sign's coming back.
Maybe the pound sign is coming back.
Pound sign. Watch our stream.
Yeah.
Pound.
Hashtag pound sign.
Hashtag pound sign.
So all we're talking about hashtags being out. Are there any other, what are the social media faux pas that you would suggest people not do these days? I'm going to say don't post nudes is probably a big one, depending on your business.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a boudoir photographer and you have implied nudes, that's okay. Don't show nips
You get it.
or peaches.
Or what?
Peaches.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that word.
Yep, you're welcome.
TELUS thanks you too.
Faux pas. You know what? I feel like show up authentically on your business social media without burdening your audience. And
So what do you mean by burdening?
so I had a client once who was in the business of teaching children, and it was during the pandemic, so it was all online. And I came into her stories, and she was under the covers in the dark talking about her mental health issues and stuff like that.
All right.
Which is not great for business when you're teaching children. So just be really aware of the story that you're telling.
Yes.
And make sure that
You're
you're telling it in the right place.
Yeah, your social media does affect your business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when I started my photography studio business, I really cleaned up my Facebook. I didn't want people to see me,
Well, that's why you keep your business socials and your personal socials separate.
Yes, but I mean, if people can see my business socials, they're probably looking at my personal socials as...
Yeah, but to an extent, you can also lock down your personal
yes,
socials as well.
you can. Yes, absolutely. But as I tell my 15-year-old daughter, people can screenshot it.
Internet's forever.
The internet's forever. So yeah, just be really, really careful. But the other thing I tell people is, you know what? Unless you are hurting or insulting someone else, show up and use that crazy idea, because it's probably going to resonate with somebody, and if it bombs, nobody's going to remember it in a week. So yeah, unless you are a public figure and you do something ridiculously controversial, or like, nobody's going to remember that in a week. And
You are a brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your social media should be your brand.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. So I try not to be too opinionated on either side,
exactly.
whatever side that would be. Just try to be neutral and
Yeah, your business, unless you really feel like you have to, it's probably not the place to debate politics. It's probably not the place to bring up those really divisive issues. It's just not the place for that.
bad business.
Yeah.
And also maybe avoid bashing people.
Oh, always, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that can make
Unless the
you
guy's like a
look
real
bad.
scumbag.
But it can make you look bad if you kind of talk sour about a certain thing, and that could.
Yeah, there's more
It's-
adult ways to solve a problem than to broadcast it on social media.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of ways that can kind of taint your brand.
Yeah. If you have a bad pizza night, maybe just call them up and be like, hey, this didn't go so well. Can we do something about it?
And it's interesting. You just used the word brand, and I think that's important, because I think not a lot of people necessarily, when they're first starting off with their business, think of it in that respect. But I imagine, and I'm asking you this, like, do you think it's important that they do?
That they think about it in
That like, if they think about their business in regards to a brand as opposed to like a unified message, or whatever the phrasing might be.
Definitely. I think in the beginning you are playing with that a little bit. You're figuring that out. You're like, if I post this, does that work? If I, are these colors working for me? Is this message working for me? How can I finesse it? There's just a lot of room to wiggle in that. But the other thing is you are your brand too, right? Like, I can never go back to a natural hair color now, because I am Blue Lou. Everybody sees me out there on social media, and I don't even know what color my hair is, to tell you the truth.
I loved branding
But-
myself when I had my studio business. I even dyed and cut my hair just to look like the cartoon on Vistaprint. Like, there's a Vistaprint character, and I was like, oh, she's cute. She kind of looked like Lady from Bewitched, and I really got into it, and I learned with that self-employment program. I learned a lot, and I learned how to create a business plan.
Yeah.
And a business plan should never be fixed, or it should never be completed. It's a living, breathing thing. As trends come and go, so will your business plan. It will change and shift. And once again, I forgot what I was saying.
Absolutely, though. And
But,
even,
yeah.
like, I'm fairly well branded to the point where people that I've hung out with one or two times will send me a message with a photo and be like, oh, I saw this shirt and it's totally a Lou shirt. Right? And I'm just like, oh, and it is. Like, it absolutely is. But people have seen me in videos, and they, kind of see what style I have, and they're like, oh, that's a Lou thing. And they'll, send me photos of Lou things. And it's great.
That is
fantastic.
Yeah, I would take that as a compliment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
to be your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
But another thing about creating a business plan is to have a mission and like your core values. So like, for example, the YMCA, they have, their mission is to help people be healthy, blah, blah, blah. But also, I remember seeing it. It said the core values are honesty.
Should we Google it and make sure?
Yeah, you should.
All
Anyway,
right.
it's just you got to think about what's important to you and how do you want your business to look.
Yeah, and I am at the same event where I told people I wanted to be a bus driver, actually. But a speaker there said, what is your mission is what you want to gift to the world, and your business is the vehicle you use to do it.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's a good example. You're better at talking.
I immerse myself in this.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I should be better at talking.
Now.
Yeah.
We're all works in progress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're down to our final few minutes. So let's just remind people quickly where and when, not so quickly because we actually have 3 minutes, but where and when they can participate in networking at night. We got one coming up right away, right?
Yeah, so next Thursday, June 13th at 6:30 p.m. here at Alchemy Brewing Company. It's about 2 hours, and you just get to come and tell people what you do and hang out and mingle and eat good food and drink good beer.
Who doesn't
Or
like that?
ginger ale, if you want to drink.
Yeah, exactly. No shame. Have a glass of water. Have a
But you can't get a highball here.
You what?
You can't get a
I don't know,
highball
can you?
here.
No, it's
Just beer.
It's a craft brewery.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's some ciders and wine.
There is ciders and wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just letting people know what they can expect. They also have water here. Maybe some sugar packets. They also have pool.
Yep. And as we said, there's pinball over there. And there's a pinball league that is going to be happening tonight. Shortly, we're going to be kicked out for the pinball
There's a
league.
pinball league?
Yeah. It's on the. It was. Oh, it was on the TV there a second ago.
Oh man, should we live stream that? Should we follow Lou home and live stream her just life at home?
Yeah. Let's chase her down with
I
a
did-
bad elevator pitch, running down the street.
We
We're
like
not done
you.
yet.
Literally, my house cleaner was there today, but I do have 4 children, and probably my house is demolished.
So who knows what it looks like now? Yeah.
Yeah, 4 children who are texting me like, my 18-year-old made dinner tonight.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yes.
What's on the menu?
Tacos. He made tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. Wow. So
Good?
yeah.
Wow. You raised them well. Do you want to say hello to your children?
Sure. Hi, Hudson, Meadow, Delaney, and Gus.
Hi.
Cute. Hi, what about your husband?
I don't have a husband.
Ah, nice.
Oh,
Sorry.
I have a boyfriend. His
Oh.
name's David.
Oh, hi, David. Upgrade.
Upgrade. Do not put a ring on it.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma. We appreciate your support.
Yeah,
Our one
thanks-
true fan who
thanks for
never
being
misses an
around.
episode. And it's funny, actually, when we had to postpone this stream last week, Grandma did not get the word.
Oh no.
And apparently, you can finish the story.
She didn't get the word.
She messaged you. She's like, why aren't you live?
Yeah,
Didn't she? Yeah,
I was sick.
that's the story.
Good story. Good chat.
The end. Awkward pause, anyone?
This is also how we end things, as awkwardly as humanly possible. So, yeah.
No, we have
How much long?
2 minutes.
No, we don't. Really?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Let's talk about menu items here.
Oh,
So-
pizza. They have really good pizza, don't
They
they?
have really good pizza. They have something called the pickleback, which
Is that a pizza?
Yeah, it's a pickle pizza with a cream sauce and pork belly on it. It's really quite good. I also enjoy the crispy chicken salad here. It has their Alchemy Brewing white sauce on it. Like, it's like a white barbecue sauce. It's my favorite sauce. I dip fries in it. I dip everything in that sauce.
Yeah.
So.
And they
Nice.
have games. Don't eat them though.
Don't eat the games.
Don't eat the games.
Don't eat the games, and don't.
No
play
game,
with-
no
don't Play
game.
with the pizza.
You can play with the pizza if you want.
Okay, fine. Play with the pizza if you want.
Don't play with your food.
She just said it was okay.
Yeah.
She's not your mom.
I am a mom.
That is true.
Somebody's.
I'm your mom.
No, you're not my mom.
Who's your daddy? Oh, that's a totally different.
Yes. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Lou! TELUS is your daddy.
Stop.
I'm stopping. It's over now.
Is it over now? Go check.
Yeah, it's over.
Yay. Bye bye.
You don't have to say goodbye. It's over.